5-3 Yankees lead, and things are getting a little tight. Top of the ninth, Rays trying to do some damage again, this time against Holmes, and he's facing the 9-hitter, Rortvedt, his former teammate. Nobody on, nobody out. And Rortvedt, who came into this game batting .320 on the season, going to get a base hit to left. Now with that runner on first, Yandy Diaz is going to hit a hard ground ball through the right side. It's a base hit. Diaz moving Rortvedt to second, so first and second. And Dave, once again, here's where things got interesting.
Yeah, the Rays are threatening here, but Arozarena ends up hitting a fly ball to shallow center field. Judge charges in and lays out. It looked like Gleyber Torres probably could have caught this one pretty easily. Judge, as he dives, ends up rolling right over the baseball. There's a lot of confusion. Is it an infield fly rule? Is it a double play right here? Ultimately, it was a ball that was a base hit that drops. Not a base hit, but end up getting the guy at third.
And you take one more look, and Rortvedt, the umpire, by the way, Flash, calls out first and then safe.
Yeah, out is a call originally. See Rortvedt go back to second base and then safe, and then he's going to be out by a mile. I think that's where Kevin Cash had his argument with the call. Was he out? Was he safe? You just cost my base runner by saying that he was out. He went all the way back to the bag, and that was the difference.
So still a chance with one out, runners at first and second here.
One pitch, you can get a double play ground ball. Usually it's going to be a ground ball, but this is a line drive double play. Anthony Volpe to Gleyber Torres, and the Yankees take a deep breath, and they take the first game of the series against the Rays.
5-3 is the final. Juan Soto, that big 3-run home run. Flash already said the numbers for him on the season, and what an impact he had in this game, both with the bat and on a couple nice defensive plays. Moments after the game, Meredith Marakovits caught up with Soto on the field.
Juan, you guys capitalized on some Rays mistakes, and the offense got rolling there in the 7th inning. Take me through your approach against Davinsky there.
I just tried to get something in the strike zone. I know he was the guy with a little bit of trouble to throw the ball for a strike, and I just tried to be patient, wait for my pitch, and thanks God I got him.
You definitely did get it 450 feet to right. Your teammates loved it. This crowd loved it. Can you describe the feeling you had when you knew you had connected like that?
I mean, it's great. It's great. Every time you get the lead, I mean, with that single that Volpe got, get everybody excited, and then get the homer to get some more insurance runs. I mean, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling to get this crowd going and the whole team going.
You also made a great defensive play there in that 3rd inning, tracking down a Richie Palacios ball. Just how difficult was that?
I mean, we know he's a lefty. He was swinging the ball that well. I mean, I just try to stay with it and try to get as close as I can and try to make a catch.
5 home runs, 20 RBI to start off your Yankee career. Could you have asked for a better start to your career in pinstripes?
I can't be selfish. I mean, I'm more than happy and more than excited to see the team winning games. That's all that matters for me right now. They just keep winning games. At the start we have, being in first place, I think that's all that matters.
Juan, appreciate the time.
All right, thank you.
Send it back to you.
Meredith, thank you. To Flash's point, his last 10 games, Soto's hitting .361, 4 home runs, 13 runs batted in. Add in the 10 walks. Flash, add in that graphic we showed that says he's reached base 44 times in 20 games so far. The OBP is off the charts, and just the extended at-bats catch your attention.
Yeah, when he goes 0 for 3 in the beginning of this game, you're thinking, just give this guy an opportunity to have a big moment, because he is built for this stage in New York at Yankee Stadium, and he comes through again with the one big swing of the bat. I watch his at-bats, Dave, and I cringe as an old retired catcher, because he doesn't expand out of the strike zone. You have to come to him, and when you do, he makes you pay.
Yeah, the discipline that he shows up there is uncanny, because especially for a young player, he's only 24 years old, but he's got a few years under his belt. But his understanding of his strike zone is as good as anyone I have ever seen. And he, again, we talked about this in the pregame, he does not take a pitch off. You can't just try to sneak one by him.
And you saw Davinsky at 92 down the middle. That's not going to get it done. But I marveled at the reaction of the Yankee dugout after that home run, because Dave and I have seen guys who get pitches to hit, and they're a little bit quicker, they're a little bit around, and they hook it foul, right? And they miss their opportunity. The Yankee dugout right away knew that that ball was going to be straight, because they've watched this guy through, what, 3 weeks of the season take a path to the baseball that's direct, and it keeps it true.
His hands, his ability to keep his hands inside the baseball. The first time I'd ever heard someone talk about that was Donnie Mattingly. You keep your hands inside, and even though it's an inside pitch, you can get the barrel of the bat to the baseball, and it won't have that big hook. It'll stay true. And this one stayed true for about, what, 450 feet?
You know, even in this day and age of pitch clocks, by the way, have you ever seen a guy dictate an at-bat as much as he does? And I say that because pitchers should be the ones doing that. They can deliver the ball supposedly whenever they want. They step on the rubber. They're ready to go. It doesn't feel that way with Soto.
No, it feels like every time he walks up to the plate, he is in charge, and he's going to dictate the pace. And I watched him on this road trip. He will actually stand out of the batter's box and be watching the pitch clock when he knows he has to go in. And he's saying, I'm going to take my time, then I'm going to go in the box and look at you when you're going to have to deliver the pitch. So everything that he does, from calling timeouts to the conversations he has with the umpires to the way he looks out at a pitcher and shakes his head, no, no, no. I mean, I'm going to go back to it. He's built for New York. He's built for the stage.
We talked about Reggie Jackson, right? He is that big star, that superstar that shows up. But going to the action around the plate, when he steps into the batter's box, it's like, I own this real estate. This is my real estate. Even the way he grooms it with his feet after he takes a pitch, it's like, this is my area, and I'm in control.
Yeah, when we got to the middle of the 7th inning, it was still a 1-0 game. Flash on the cut-in said, let's see what they do against the bullpen.
Yep.
Well, Dave told us on the pregame that the bullpen for the Rays has struggled this year. You look at highest bullpen ERAs, it's the Rays right now with a 5.81, and they got to him once again here tonight.
Yeah, I will look at that ERA and say it's not going to end up that way because the Tampa Bay Rays, they develop pitching, they develop bullpen arms, so it's going to get better. But right now, it's not, and it's the worst in Major League Baseball. And you kind of thought at the end of this game with the battle of bullpens, the Yankees would have a big advantage. Now, Hamilton struggled in this outing. We haven't seen that this year, and Clay Holmes really had to battle. But you just felt like if the Yankees could get into that bullpen for Tampa Bay, eventually they would break it open. And I'm going to go back to it. A few gifts from the Rays defensively, which we're not used to seeing this Rays team. Usually fundamentally sound, great pitching, great bullpen arms, not early this year.
You know, if you go into the box scores tomorrow and you look at just the error column, typically you can decide and almost kind of guess, okay, this team won and this team lost based on the number of errors. So, yeah, the Rays did not play in clean baseball, and when you play and you make 2 errors like that they did in the 7th, typically it's going to get you.
Guys, we're going to take our first break here on the W.B. Mason postgame. A lot more coming up. We're going to hear from the manager, Aaron Boone, right after this. I'm sure he'll have a few things to say about Juan Soto and that big 3-run home run, and much more as the Yankees win it 5-3. Stick around.
The Yankees postgame show on Yes is presented by